Once again, Douglas Kearney.
Very professionally done, professionally done. All right, so the second half, we're going to move from desert, problematic desert to problematic water. So this poem is called Poem with Some Sand and All at Once, Shaitan! And just so that you know as I go into it, I love this because I get to talk about a little bit of LA history. The reason why, one of the reasons why Hollywood became the entertainment capital of, at least the West, is because of the variations in topography in immediate range. So for example, you could drive, and something that a lot of people who are from here were always bragging about it, their friends from the East Coast are like, oh yeah, you go to the beach, and then you drive 2 hours, and then you go skiing, and then you drive another 2 hours. It's like so like you could do your sword and sandals epic, like in the low desert, right? You could do that, and then you could move production, and you could go to the beach, and you could do your beach bingo type of thing, and then you have your little mountain ranges for other stuff. So that was one of the reasons why it was so useful. So that variation in topography also leads to a couple of other things. One, how many people here are familiar with 29 Palms? Out near Joshua Tree. Well, 29 Palms is a military base there, and part of what makes that military base particularly important in this moment in our international history is that that landscape allows soldiers to train in a landscape that will get them familiar with the Middle East. It's similar. So that's one of the reasons that that's there. In Valencia, which is where I work at Cal Arts, it's a desert and has had, thank you, and there's a history of no water. Nicole and I used to look at model homes before it got depressing for us. And, and there's this one there called Bridgeport. And you have to Google Bridgeport, Valencia, because the entire complex in this desert is modeled after Cape Cod. And so there's a big fake lake with a fake lighthouse and little fake boats in the middle of this housing. It's great. It's like a theme park. You're living in a theme park. And then, so all I'll say after that is the two things. Glass is made of sand, and finally, Shaitan is a word in your Roget's thesaurus that is synonymous with sandstorm. However, it also comes from an Arabic term, which means all the Satan's children running across the world, crazy doing damage. So there will be some thesauri synonyms for sandstorms throughout this and monsters. Poem with some sand, and all at once, Shaitan. At the edge of it, you're in the middle of it. The sea steady shushes this. Each shell scalloped over the grits and grains. This is exactly what they said it'd be like over here, the sea whispering behind. You take some home in your shoes, towel, each shell some shill playing with itself. This is Southern California, but it's California. It's a game after all. You and your bucket, it's a game. Scoop and flip, a parapet, a game of it, on your towel, flipping fortifications of sand. A coastline of citadels, and the game you Godzilla is to destroy. At the edge of it, you're in the middle of it. The jet roar tells you this, each shell scalping the grunts and groans. This is exactly what they say it's like over there, the jet roar says. If you go home with yourself in a towel, it's because you didn't listen to the jets. This is Southern California, but it's Iraq. It's a game after all. You and your musket, it's a game. Aim and fire, a turret, a game of it, on your belly, blasting fortifications of sand. The sand is mined, but not yours, and the game you God killer, is to liberate it. At the edge of it, you're in the middle of it. The brochures hate this, each shell scaping the grottos and grades. This is exactly what they say it's like living over there, the brochure winks. If you buy a home, you'll come in a towel because it's so good here. Did you see the lake? This is Southern California, but it's Provence. It's a game after all. You and your wallet, it's a game. Tour and buy, an investment, a game of it, on your credit, financing fortifications of sand. The sand is now yours, and the game, you good dealer, is to profit. At the edge of it, you're in the middle of it. The cacti remind you of this, each shell scaling the grittiest of grains. This is exactly what they say it's like dying over there, the cacti rasp. If you don't know the way home, throw in the towel, because it's so hot here, you didn't see a lake. This is Southern California, but it's wasteland. It's a game, after all. You and your gullet, it's a game. Burn and die, a remnant, a game of it, on your last breath, cursing fortifications of sand. You are now the sands, and the game, you God-fearer, is to survive it. Sand is tricky. It is pour counterfeit water. Pour counterfeit water into a glass. It is sand, even the glass, which is clear as water, but is sand. Clear? Sand is trickly. Counterfeit water poured through pores into glass. Which is water? Is it sand, the glass even? Pour water in a clear glass. But is sand clear? Come pick through the sand, infants and old men. Search for shells. Search for coins. All the treasures of your postcard dreams. Say, mine. You there. Be Godzilla. You there. Wash your feet before you get in the car. Say, I love it here. There are bodies everywhere. And drive-throughs. Succulent. Here's a camera, a carbine, a canteen, a carport. At the edge of it, you're in the middle of it. It's just like they say. Sand is tricky. Clear? Shaitan, Sim, Shaitan, Harmatam, Sam, Cam, Shaitan. Come pick through the limbs of infants, pluck the prickly pears of toes of fingers, purple as plums. Do you hear a jet? There are bodies everywhere. Bury each in a newspaper and give them to an eagle with eyes plucked. God, it'll be a sight. Something for his scrapbook, a postcard written in crude. Went to the beach and drove to the base at 29 Palms, saw lovely model homes, then headed to Death Valley all in one day. Wished you were here. The Gila monsters are drinking atomic milk, and the cacti have stopped hiding their pistolas. The bullets sizzle in flight, and the sun whispers hoodoo. The desert empties its shoes and waits at a broken shower. Dude, is that skateboard made of bone? Whose? What? May I take your order? A muezzin buzzes. A cow is being offered up. The drive-thru is bulletproof. Your house keys chatter like stowaways in a minivan. The milk-fed Gila monsters are big as camels and come with optional technology, nooks, and two-way fireplaces. There are bodies everywhere. Say, I love it here! Close your Venetian blinds. There's an old man with a mail-order metal detector. He wants a rare nickel and knows the sand hoards such things. The trickle-down sand, dreaming of springs and hoarding enough nickels to pay the mortgage, to build a lake, to eat a lake. Yes! Give me a lake. Supersize it. The jets roar. The cacti seem to fire all at once. Someone's found a shell in the sand. Say, mine! There is metal all over now. A boy rolls around on hot bony wheels. Dude, is that his shoes empty? The monsters grow. The eagle